Hello guys, come on in. Happy Monday. This is a special happy hour. I almost always go live on Mondays at 6, and today I am in the Thankful, Grateful, Blessed event with Crafty Creators Community. So let me know if you are here. Trying to find me live. There we are. I know Tammy will be getting me sprinkled over into the group. The group again is called Crafty Creators Community, but you can just type in CCC into the search bar and you will find it. Hi Cheryl, you're the first one here. So let's see here if I can. All I usually have to do is type in that CCC. Yep, there it goes, and pop it in. And it pulls right up. So Crafty Creators Community is where we are tonight. We've already had a long, full day of presenters. So if you're not in the group, you'll want to go in there and see what you missed. Everything today is about being thankful or grateful, recognizing how blessed we are. I think it's a fantastic theme, and it threw me for a loop until I got to talk to my friend. So I'll tell you all about that. Hello, Lori. Hi, Leanne. Hey, Marcia. Hello, Anita and Belinda. Hi, Tammy. How are you today? Hello, Deb. Glad y'all are coming in. So there's Tammy with Crafty Peep. If you guys aren't following her, you'll need to be, and I'm sure you are. I feel like I probably don't have friends that aren't following her. But again, she's got the group Crafty Creators Community. It is growing like wildfire, so you definitely need to be in there. If you are a creator and you have not been in there to present, you want to get with Tammy, which is Crafty Peep. Get with her and find out how you can be involved, because that's the place to be, you guys. That's the group to be. The group with the mostest, the hostess with the mostest, how do we say? So as you can see, I've been prepping for some glass art again. But never fear, if you don't like doing the glass, you just come learn the painting. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Cheryl. Hello, Rena. Hey, Veronica. Bless you. I'm glad you're here. Hi, Inga. Hi, Christy and Vonda. Glad y'all are all coming in. Thank you so much for the sprinkles. I'm going to need it. It's always hard after the weekend. We come back on Monday. I'm going to dry this because I've already put on 2 coats of my multi-purpose sealer on this wood. But I am going to dry it real fast because it's a little, still not quite dry. I usually let it dry on its own, but every now and then I'll help it along like we're going to do right now. While I'm drying it, I'll show y'all my little, some of you probably already saw it on my page, but I did go ahead and make an ornament. And it came out so good, I kind of want to make some more. I love it. It is a sweet little Santa. Somebody said he looks happy, and I said it's the little jolly eyes. His little eyes are just like so content and happy. So that is my latest little project. Over the weekend, I had 2 events that I was in, and so I did a big one like this. I don't know if y'all can... I can't tell if it's in the screen or not yet. But anyway, this one is just a large Santa. It's a 12 by 12. And then we did this one Saturday, a big deer with glass and pretty embellishments. So I kept on going with my leftover resin and went ahead and resined that ornament. So that's what's been happening around my place. Hi, Vicky. Yes, you VIP. Hi, Mimi or Trisha. Hello, Kim. Oh, Inga, thank you. Oh, my goodness. Thank you for the stars. Wow. What a treat. Thank you. Thanks, Christy. Hi, Karen. Hey, Melissa. Glad y'all are all here. Thank you for sprinkling, Vonda. Appreciate you all so much. Okay, and thank you, Inga, for sprinkling. And Monica, you guys are amazing. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a simple painting on both of these. I'm just going to kind of do them kind of together in a way. Hi, Sydney. Hi, Linda. Thank you for the stars. You guys are amazing. Thank you, Rosie. Appreciate it. But this is going to be super simple for a background. I am doing fall, so if anybody ends up loving this, reach out to me. I will try to get it in my Etsy shop, because it will be a really good one for fall. Or if you love these colors like I do. We love earth tones here. So our house is all done in pretty much all earth tones. And so I always kind of gravitate toward these. If it's something that I think I might wind up with or somebody may not buy, you know, I'm definitely going to want to do something that I will want to keep. So I'm doing earth tones, but you can, again, use any colors you want. I am going to grab another brown just for a little more. Oh, Veronica, thank you, dear. You got, oh, Teresa, thank you. You guys are so sweet. I haven't even done anything. I haven't earned this yet. So now I've got the pressure on to earn those stars. Okay, you can use a chip brush. This is just a basic, plain, cheap chip brush, or any large brush will work. I might show you both just so you can see the difference, because it is a little different. The background will be a little different depending on what I use. Oh, thank you, Deb. Are we having a stars? Oh, okay, we are. I see Christy's note now. Thank you. I was like, what in the world is going on? Y'all are awesome. Okay, so let me show you this first background with this, you know, kind of a flat, thick flat brush. There's a name for it, but I can't remember. It's also a filbert, not a flat. See how it's curved? But it's kind of thick. And typically I use this to put on things like my sealer or whatever. And I do wash it good, but it's just not one of my better brushes. But I can still do this background with this brush. So I'm going to grab a bunch of brown. I'm going to dip into a little of that light brown, honey brown, a little bit of the rust, and then a touch of black. And we're going to do a swipe all the way down, or as far as we can go. See, you kind of run out of paint. And then we'll just load it up again with what we just did. But this time I'm going to start kind of in the middle. And that way we kind of do the whole swipe. Now I'm not going to keep going over it. I'm going to let it sit. So we're going to do that again. And just start here, go all the way as far as we can get, and then reload. You can reload it different each time. It's just going to give you a pretty background an easy way. You can't get easier than just dipping your paint or dipping your brush in your paint and getting it on as a background. So again, lots of brown, little rust, little honey, little black. So you can all do this and wind up with a really cool looking background. This time I'm going to start at this edge. Had a feeling I had a lot more black on there than I do. So I didn't want that black to be right next to the other black. But there we go. So I'm not really going to go too much over this. I'm going to kind of even it out, like drag my brush a little, and then I'm going to let it sit, you know, and marinate and kind of dry a little. So that's what we have so far. And then I am going to do my sides, but I'm going to come over here and do this one with our chip brush, and you can see the difference. And anytime you have lots of paint like I do right here, squeeze it out in your brush. You'll be surprised how much you get off in there, and it won't wind up in your water cup, making all of your water just all gross. So I'm going to need more brown. Thank you, Kim. Hi, Luanna. Hi, Connie. Loved watching Connie earlier. You guys, be sure you go into the CCC group if you missed any of them. And I'm sure a lot of us did, because, you know, you can only sit and watch so long before you have to do some other work. I have been busy all day. I have had a lot of trouble with website and all that kind of stuff. So it's been a rough day. So today, this was so needed. Okay, so I've just dipped in all the colors, as you can see. You can do more, you know, really you can't go wrong, because we're just getting all the colors and then we're going to swipe. Look how pretty. Isn't that awesome? Now again, I'm going to stop. I'm going to resist my urge to keep going over it, and I'm just going to let that kind of dry. So let's do it again. And if you need, you know, you're going to use a lot of paint, but it's worth it. You guys get these when they're on sale. I get them typically I get them at Michael's when they go on sale. And I can use my little senior citizen discount since I'm over 55, I think. over 50. I forget how old you have to be, probably 55. Oh, Linda, you did it again. Thank you. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Simone. You guys, when you see these creators that have pages, if you see somebody you don't know, I highly recommend go follow, or just at the very least follow and then see what they're about at least a couple of times before you unfollow, because you might find somebody that you're like, I am so glad I found them. Y'all, look, could it be any easier to get a really cool looking background? So I am just kind of touching down where it needs it, but trying to let it sit. I don't want to overmix, because look how pretty that is. I just think that's so pretty, and it takes like zero effort. Your brush is doing it. Thank you, Linda. You're so sweet. Crafty Pete, it is supposed to be open, and that's one reason I'm so bummed out, is my computer crashed. Like, I'm going to probably have to replace it. So I cannot update anything on my website right now. It is impossible to do from my phone or from my iPad. You have to be on a computer. But right now, it's supposed to be open. So if anyone is wanting in my group, all you have to do is send me a message. You can go to my website to read about it and see what is in there. And if some of my VIPs that are here don't mind helping, you can tell them if they ask, because you're going to, maybe somebody has a question about it. But yes, I had somebody just the other day who was interested and ended up coming in. Since I own it, I can do what I please, so I don't have to wait till my computer is fixed. I'm just going to kind of mention it. Thank you for mentioning it, Tammy. And if somebody wants in, they can come on in right now. That's what's so disappointing, is it's the best time to get in when we're doing so many fun fall Christmas paintings, really Christmas. And so, yes, I am just going to use the same brush over here on the sides, because the sides don't really matter too much. The sides are just the sides. So you can do them even a solid color if you want to. I almost did solid black for both of these, but I'm just grabbing the paint that's left on my palette and using that and just getting that on there. You like my rings? Thank you, Iris. I love jewelry. I've always worn a lot of jewelry. I've always made my own jewelry until I got these bracelets that I'm wearing. They're easy to make. However, it's kind of become tradition for me to get them for holidays. My kids end up getting me one, like birthday, Mother's Day, Christmas. So I love them. Okay. So see how we have, it's just kind of a wood look. I really don't even know what to call this look. I just like doing it. It's just fun because it turns out so pretty. So there's our two backgrounds. And you saw, if you just got on, just go back and watch. It's real quick and so easy. So just cleaning off this brush. Where do I get the word bracelets? Oh, Melissa, I love them so much. These are from Little Word Project, and I am an affiliate now because I messaged them and said, I always have people ask me, and they'll send me a private message going, can you tell me where you got your bracelets? So I told them that, and they were like, sure, be an affiliate. So let's see, if somebody will type this, like Christy, would you mind typing this? You can put in the discount code. Let me just do it because I'm taking too long to spit it out. I can just type it in fast as I can. My brain just goes in slow motion when I'm live, you guys. I promise I'm not this scatterbrained. Okay, BA Art Grace. So it's littlewordprojects.com, and then BA, which stands for Brand Affiliate Art Grace. So that is how to get a coupon or a discount on these. And My family has never had a discount. They just order them, you know. So this next time, they're going to have to use my little coupon. I need to remind them that I have that. But I don't get very much, so it's not like, you know, when we become affiliates, it's because we love what we are recommending, or at least I am, you know, for me. I can't speak for everybody, but I love them. I know, Carrie, don't you love them? Oh, I'm not on their text thing, I guess, because I don't. But I need to be. I do. I get a lot, even when I'm just out, like if I'm at the Dollar Tree or something, people will notice them. And I love that. They probably think that somebody made them or I made them. And you can make them. I've made things like that before. But what's special is they have little tags like that. And it's got a number. So this one, I can't even tell what it says. BE and then a number. And like a little diamond or whatever. Just a little gem. And you can register them. So if you want to give one away, you know, and maybe that person is standing in line and they see a sad mom or somebody who's really upset and she wants to just, you know, maybe she has one that says prayer and she wants to take it off and give it, then that person can go online and see where it lines up. It's kind of cool. But also, you know, I'm not into the whole tracking thing, so I've never done that. Because I'm like, I don't know if I want everybody knowing what city it's in, or I don't know, you know what I mean. So I haven't done that, but it is kind of a cool thing that they do. I'm just touching up a couple of places. We do have an hour tonight, so I am not at all worried about time. I love Tammy's events. She is such a great friend and good person, and so she treats people with such respect. There's just so many things I admire about her, and so I'm always honored to be in her events. Okay, love it, love it. Y'all ready for the next step? You're not going to even vote. Yes, they are made well. They are made very well. I know, thanks, Judy. It's just so easy. So that's what I wanted to show y'all is so many people, y'all, it's my #1 comment. Of like, oh, I wish I could do that. I could never do that. I could never paint like that. Yes, you can. And I just saw Lisa. And Lisa's here to tell you, yes, you can. A link for the bracelets. There is. I just don't have it with me. So thank you, Trisha. You know, if anybody isn't busy and any of the VIPs want to go in the VIP group to grab the link, you could, but yeah, it's in there. I know it is. Anytime I get any kind of discount, I head for the VIP group. So that's kind of a perk of being in there. You guys, they get everything I get. If I get a discount, they get a discount. Okay, I'm going to take a round brush and load it full of my gold paint. This is Glorious Gold. And we are just going to come down here and do a line. Doesn't have to be perfect, as you can see. If I wanted it to be perfect, I would have used a tracer, but I don't. This needs to be kind of organic just because of the look of the wood or the background that we have going. So I think just like this is perfect. So our event today is Thankful, Grateful, Blessed. And I was talking to Elizabeth Bauer, who owns Ellie's Attic, and I said, I am just at a loss. I think it was the day I'm having, and nothing was feeling right. Nothing was, you know, I just wasn't feeling it. I couldn't figure anything out. Everything I wanted to do wasn't working for whatever reason. And she said, oh, don't stress. Just literally think about what you're grateful for. And, you know, so I was like, she's exactly right. That's exactly all I need to do is quit trying to come up with some elaborate thing or something y'all haven't seen before. Because that's usually what I'm trying to think is, how can I do something totally different than what they've seen? Or, you know, my own take on it. And she was right. I mean, the thing that I am most grateful for is my salvation. forgiveness, grace, salvation, and just everything that goes along with that relationship. So that's why we're doing the cross. But look how easy. Oh, Carrie, bless you. Is that mine? That doesn't look right. Is that my little link? It is right. It's so different. I don't remember it looking like that. I'm going to grab it. You are amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So when she said that and just like simplified it for me, you guys, I was like, man, that is brilliant. Like, why do we overcomplicate things? Thank you, Carrie. You're amazing. That's perfect. It just didn't, I don't remember it looking like that, but yeah, that's it. So anyway, I think that taught me a great lesson about, just, and with anything in life, we just overcomplicate it by overthinking. Well, at least I do. I hope y'all don't overthink. Let me know if you're a fellow overthinker. But, it really is, it doesn't do us any good, does it? We know that. It's not going to fix any problems or change our circumstance. So the key is gratefulness for what we have, where we're at. It doesn't have to be perfect. Life doesn't have to be perfect. Now on this one, I was thinking of doing a different design, but now that I'm live and I'm seeing y'all here, I think I'm going to do another one and just give it away. We'll do a little giveaway, and I'll just do this exact thing again over here, and we will give this one away. Because I always know, well, no matter what, like if I just make a post, somebody will either comment or they'll message and say, I needed that today. And, if I do something kind of encouraging or a Bible verse. And the funny thing about that is I typically put things that I need, like I'm just being real. So if you see me say, oh, this Monday I need an extra large coffee. Yeah, I'm being funny, but I'm usually dead serious. So sometimes if I'm putting an encouraging Bible verse, it's because I needed that Bible verse. That's what God brought to mind when I prayed about a situation. And so I'm going to share that with y'all, right? So I love that kind of as I go through things and share, somebody will inevitably say they're going through something and needed it. And I'm like, I love that. So we can all kind of encourage each other. That's what we're doing, Cheryl. You got it. Now this one, I'm thinking I need to clean this up a little and make it, try to get it somewhat neat. If I'm going to give it away, we'll give away whichever one ends up looking better. But look how easy, you don't have to even think about it. Just a couple of lines. Imperfect. Imperfect is perfect for this. Yesterday being All Saints Day in church, today's theme is perfect. Awesome. Code is 15. Wow, 15%. For some reason, I thought it was 10. That's even better. Yay. Yeah, I definitely have to give that to my family with Christmas coming up. I love them, and I've got Create, Hold Please, Art and Grace, Believe. I have Mama 9196. I have a Faith. I don't know where it is. I guess I just didn't grab it. But 9196 is my kids' birth years. So, do what's meaningful to you. If you guys have one, tell us what yours says. Okay, let's take a look. See how we like that. Elizabeth, I was bragging on you. Where are you? I don't see you. There you are. Hello. You made 20 turkeys? Awesome. Carrie, are you talking about, was it this one? Is this the one you're talking about? I have not even uploaded this, but this is the lesson for the Patreon friends, and it will also go into the VIP group. But these little cards that I send out, whoever gets it will need to write in what they're grateful for there. And I have not uploaded that yet because I don't have my computer. Everything's so hard. You live by Philippians 4:13. That would be a great one to be on a bracelet. Oh, that's cool, Patty. Okay, let's dry this and then we'll get to resin. You have 4. Yes, I remember. Yep. Your Drake. Wait, what does my Drake mean? Do you like Drake, the singer? I'm kind of kidding because I'm guessing that's not what you mean, but there's nothing wrong with Drake. Oh, that's your dog. Did your kids name him after Drake? I am going to touch this up real quick. I'm just taking a little brush with a little bit because since I know one of these is going to somebody, I kind of want, okay, Trisha, glad you're here. Thanks for coming by. If you want one of these, like if you're watching right now and you're like, ooh, I really need one, I'll give it to somebody or I'll do this with it, you'll have to let me know in the comments and I will take everybody who says they wanted it and put them on a wheel and let the wheel draw a winner. I'm just adding a little bit there because, hi Bonnie. So Elizabeth, I was telling everybody the story of how I could not figure out what to do. I just wasn't feeling anything. Everything that I was thinking, it just wasn't working out. And then I talked to you and you said, it was like so wise. It was so simple but so wise. And you said, just literally do what you're thankful for. Like, what are you thankful for? I was like, oh my gosh, it's so simple. Why was I overcomplicating and overthinking? So, yes, I'm so grateful for salvation and for the relationship that I have with God. And so this just made it just a no-brainer. It was just like, oh, how simple can you get? So you do want everything to be good and dry. So I make sure that this gold is what I'm just kind of, usually that takes a little longer to dry. Let's just take a look. And since I have the time, I am going to kind of touch up the edges. Boy, my heat tool is so weird. It's just like smells funny. I think because I let it lay down on plastic the other day. It's like it still has a little bit somewhere up in it because it still smells when I use it. Kind of freaks me out. It feels like something's on fire. So to touch this up, I'm just taking a little brown, a tiny bit of black, and just kind of swiping it on. I really thought the black would be pretty on these edges, so I'm going to darken them up. I think. But I did both of these. I did 2 different ways of doing the backgrounds. They're both super simple. You just can't mess it up. It's real easy. So if you like the background, just watch the beginning of the video because it's super, super easy. Hi, Carol. How are you tonight? Glad you're here. Be sure you're following my friend, you guys. Yes, isn't that the truth? I think it's been a hard year for a lot of people, and in lots of different ways too. I know our family, we've had some real challenges, and we are not past them yet. So it will definitely be taking us into the new year, unfortunately. And, you know, the thing about it is we're not alone. Everybody has them. If you live in this world, there's no way to avoid it. So having a sweet community like we have, and people who care about you, pray for you, will lift you up, is vital. hopefully you've got a local church where you can get that. But if you don't, you know, find somebody here online that you can get some encouragement from. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. All right, so there we go. This is all dry. Hi, Debbie. Crafting, yes, doesn't it? It really does. This makes a huge difference. I mean, you kind of want to be here around people rather than just watching some TV show that doesn't mean anything to anybody, you know? Thanks, Carrie. Well, you saw. Super easy. Thank you, Debbie, for sprinkling. I appreciate that. Okay, we're good. I'm going to move kind of some things out of my way. And you can do this with any color. So I'm doing kind of a fall look, or this would be a great Christmas gift, you know, so somebody that just would put it up year round. But if you don't like this, then you could totally do, you know, pinks or blues or greens. I mean, it could be anything. So let's mix our resin. Thanks, Roxy. Good to see you tonight. Thank you, Elizabeth. I appreciate you. Oh, thanks, Carol. Did you see it today? Or I guess, I think I posted it yesterday. I've got dust in here. See that? But it's all over it. So it makes me sad to see that on there. But see, I sanded in here earlier today. I sanded this wood, kind of getting it prepped. And probably have this little sawdust all over everything. I just love how this came out. I kind of want to make more. So if anybody wants one, you'll need to talk to me. I did have somebody order one. They asked me over Messenger, so I'll make more. But I do love how it turned out. I think it's so pretty. Okay. So you always want to wear gloves with your resin. I always grab a toothpick and a stir stick and put those in my kits when I send kits. I love having a stir tool like this, which you get at the Dollar Tree in the makeup section. Isn't that funny? Thank you, Shan. I appreciate you sprinkling. And then alcohol wipes, if you want to have those, or just some alcohol, is great for getting things cleaned up at the end. Yes, I am, Missy. It's okay. I mean, I may or may not have ever done this without gloves. I can't say, but it's possible that one time I might have. So we did seal our wood. We sealed our wood with the multi-purpose sealer. I did 2 coats, really good coats, and let them dry in between. Then we painted, so it is ready, you know, for the next step. And hi, Brookie, glad you're here. And then 2 cups. So since I'm going to do 2 of these, we'll have 2 cups. For one, I'm probably going to do, let me think a second. I haven't done this size. This is a 4 by 12. It's really small overall. I think I used to do about, 10's probably way too much. Let's do, we'll just do, I don't know, what should I do? Let's do 20. That's going to be too much, but it's okay. We'll do 20 on each because my brain's just not telling me. I can't remember what I used to use on these on this size. But anyway, we'll do 20. But I use Art Resin brand resin, and you can go to their website and they have a calculator and you can plug in 4 by 12 or whatever size you're going to work on, and it'll tell you how much to use. So that will take the guesswork out of it until you just remember how much you want on each one. I don't like a lot of extra resin. I don't like it running all over my table. So I typically don't do as much as probably the website tells you to. but that's just me, and you can do it however you want to. And then once you pour one, please, guys, please put the lid on it and put it far away. I mean, put it way back on your desk. I literally just did this. Thank you, Christy. I literally just did this the other day where I just set it down because I don't know why. And something happened. I can't remember what now. Ron probably came in here or whatever. But the next thing I know, I turned back around and I was like, oh no, which one did I pour? And I had no idea. Both bottles were sitting there. I could not tell which one I had just done. So I literally had to throw away that item because I didn't know whether it was resin or hardener. So please learn from me, and just once you pour one, then you put that bottle far away so that if you get interrupted, you know which one you did. So I've got both of these right up to the line. It's 50-50, so if I use, half an ounce of resin, I'm going to use half an ounce of hardener. And then what we do is take a larger cup, pour both of these in there, and you saw Christy say that she would get my time, and that means you stir these for 3 minutes. So once I get them both in the cup, she'll start a clock for 3 minutes, and we will stir. And I'll answer any questions you might have while we stir. I do try to get everything out of the cup, so scrape it really well so that you do have. I think the key to having a really good cure is, number one, the brand of resin, but number two, being sure you have exact amounts. So don't be like, oh, well, I've got, a quarter of an ounce of resin, but for some reason I don't have that much hardener, but it'll be okay. Like, don't do that. You want to have exact amounts. So, that's why I put a line on my cup so that I am sure that I'm getting the exact amount of each one. And then we're just going to stir. If you have a larger cup, sometimes I'll use a larger cup, and that works really well because you can do kind of the figure 8 with your stick and kind of really stir really well. But I also use these small 3-ounce cups a lot, and I don't have any problems. So they're fine. But I'm just saying you can use a larger plastic cup like this. Hi, Carol. Hi, Kimberly. It is the best resin. It is. It's a little more expensive, so a lot of people, don't want to use it because of that. But it doesn't have any VOCs, no COVs, and no BPAs. And I can't pronounce the real names for those chemicals. They're very long, but you don't want to breathe them. So it's worth it to spend a little more on your resin and cut back somewhere else, because it's a one-time purchase that lasts you quite a while, and your health is worth it, and your family's health, and your pet's health. So don't be putting things in your home that could harm anybody's lungs, even your pets. I don't know what those are, Annie, but no, I haven't. These alcohol ones work great for me, but yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. I don't ever really have a big mess. I do put, I always have paper, and I have a couple of sheets of it. So I always have something under this while I'm working. And then over on my table where I put it to cure, I have down some like wax paper. But a trash bag will work. Anything plastic is great, or even a silicone mat, so that it will catch any drips. But I don't overuse resin, so I don't really have any issue with drips. Oh, hi, Patty. Well, I'm glad you made it too. And if you notice, I'm stirring kind of slow and easy. I'm not going to, it's not a cake, like you're not using a whisk. You're just kind of slow and easy, getting it all mixed in. And when the 3 minutes is up, it's really funny because Christy and I are like just on the same wavelength. So she always has my time. And before I even look to see if she said it, because I'm looking at this resin going, well, that's looking really good and clear. And then I'll hit my iPad to see the comments, and she'll say, time's up. And it's so funny because literally 3 minutes is the magic number with Art Resin brand. You know, you do want to do a full 3 minutes, and you can go over just a little bit if you need to, if it doesn't look very, you know, well mixed. You'll see like a little streaks in it. But here's the thing, you know, you want your room to be there she goes. You want your room to be a good warm temperature. You don't want it cold. So don't use this out in your she shed if it's outside and you don't have a heater in the winter, you know, things like that. So she told me to stop, but I did see a couple of streaks, so I kept mixing, and I am going to just mix for another second, and then we're going to be good. And that just means that my room is probably a little cold, and we're good. It's all clear. There are bubbles, but that's fine. It's clear. So here's the thing. I like to let this sit for a minute. I might be able to let it sit for a few minutes while I answer any comments or questions, but I won't have that luxury today. So I might go ahead and tape the back of this, which y'all will get to see how I do that. I rarely tape because I just never have an issue. And also, it would have been smart for me to put on my little picture hanger thing, but I didn't. But usually I'll put that right here. And I just ordered a bunch, so anybody who's ordering a kit from me right now is going to get those in their kit. I think it's good to give one to y'all so you don't have to hunt for something when you're ready to hang yours. And if you'll put it on before you even do this step, you know, that's actually best. We do have an hour, right? For some reason, I just kind of, because you put that, now I'm kind of second guessing. Do we have an hour? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yes, okay, I thought so, but she put that, and then I was like, uh-oh. That kind of scared me. Yes, Liz with Sassy Frask Creations is next. And you saw Crafty Peep right there, so be sure you're following her. You know how sometimes you just have to check, because sometimes Facebook, when they do updates, it makes you unfollow people. So check on both of us. Check on me and check on her, and be sure you're following us. We sure appreciate it. I recently hit that 17,000, which was so fun because I don't even know very many people. So how did this happen? And where are they all? But I'm always so happy when I hit a milestone or something, you know. Okay, so that will give me a nice taped back so that when I put my resin on, if it runs over the side, then by the time it gets to the bottom, it just hangs there. Sometimes it'll drop off on the table, but if it just hangs there, then tomorrow I'd have to come on here and try to get it off of this wood. But this way, if it's on the tape, I can just peel up my tape and it will bring up that drop. Does that make sense to you guys? So, you're over 100. Oh, good. That's awesome. So, thank y'all for doing that. That's y'all. When y'all tell me, oh, Deb, you're amazing, I just laugh to myself. It's not me, it's y'all. Y'all do it. I'm just here showing you how to do something simple, and y'all are the ones that share me out and comment. All the commenting helps. Emojis help. You know, doing the hearts, all of that helps. So thank you, thank you. I usually just take my stick rather than pour. I just kind of like to control, so I can really control how much I'm putting with a stick. And I'm going to do that. Now I can pour, I guess, because I think I've got about half. So I'm going to start with that. And let me not put that by the flame. I don't know what that'll do. I probably should blow out my candle. I have a yummy candle going. Can y'all see it? I don't think you can, but there it is. And it's hot, so I can't hold it. But then I'm going to take my stick and pull all of this to the sides. Isn't that pretty? It just already makes the wood look prettier. Oh, good, Inga. I'm so glad. I always love hearing when y'all get them and got there safe and sound. And I don't think I've ever had anything arrive broken that I can think of, ever. I am a really meticulous packer. So if y'all have had a kit from me, you know, you probably get annoyed because I put everything in an individual package. And just use your stick, or another thing I like to use is this little, beauty tool. It's just perfect because it's silicone, and just pull that resin over to one side. But I'm glad that this turned out to be a super simple project, because now you guys have seen from start to finish, you know you can do this. And if the resin is intimidating, then I highly, highly recommend you take my nativity class that I'm fixing to do. It's toward the end of the month, and it's kind of through Michael's. So if you go to the Michael's website and you go to Maker Place, it's kind of a new thing they're doing. You can find it there under the classes, or you can go to my website. It's on my website because I got it on there before my computer crashed. Thank goodness, which is artgracepaint.com, and learn all about what's included and everything. I have a few more nativity kits left, but I think only like 3 they sold. So let's turn this around. We've got it all to the sides, and by bringing it to the sides without overdoing the resin, it's not going to go over the side. It will stop right there. And I'm sorry I'm not able to read comments right this second, but I will when I'm done. Go back and read everybody's, any questions you might have or whatever. But where I teach the most, this kind of thing, is inside my private group. I like to teach this, but you really need an hour to teach it, and so most of the time I only do this inside my private group unless I'm in an event. You bought everything, now yes, it's really addicting. I saw something Tammy said, you go girl doing well, you can too, Tammy. You just have to be approved by Michael's. They check out your work, check out your website, all the things. And, I'm glad they do, because you don't want just anybody teaching anything. And it may, I don't know how they can possibly, right now it's in a beta phase, so they can check everybody out. But once it's released to anybody, man, it's going to be hard for them to keep up with how many creators they're going to have trying to do that. It is exciting. It is. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm kind of a weirdo. I really like my little community. I really do. I kind of like to keep it small and keep it close, because I know everybody so well in my private group, and it's just like such a safe little place. But we have to grow. Okay, that looks so good. Whoever wins one of these or gets one of these, I'll let you pick which one you want. Okay, so I'm just kind of taking a look to be sure I got it to the edges. I'll kind of work on it a little more in a little bit, but I'm going to use my butane torch. I am going to blow out this candle. So if you have a candle lit, now's the time you need to blow it out. or you could even blow it out before you get to this point, to be honest. But I'm going to take my butane torch and I'm going to just give it a pass, holding it a few inches back, and pop whatever bubbles are right here on the top. I told you that you'll need a little toothpick. Yes, you're right, Elizabeth, you're right. And if you see something, like I see just a tiny little hair, pull that out with your toothpick. Otherwise, you know, you'll have a few bubbles, but you'll get those out. We have plenty of time to keep, you know, messing with it. So now's the fun part. So I'm going to take some of this large chunk glass that I have. It's very heavy and big. So I'm going to pull out like the largest pieces. I don't really need anything giant on a small piece like this. I'm going to save those pieces for, you know, something larger. But I'm going to pop these down, a few on each one. And I'm just, okay, so here's my thing on the cross is, if you think about it, what is the cross? It was an instrument of torture. And I won't go into exactly what they did to Jesus, you know, on the cross, but you can definitely read about it. And it was meant to torture, and it did. And so I'm not into decorative crosses. That's just my feeling, my personal feeling on it. You know, I don't want decorative crosses in my house. It's kind of like we don't take an electric chair and put beads and baubles on it and hang that in our house. So I don't want to do that with this. But I'm fine with putting things kind of around it. Does that make sense? Am I weird? But anyway, you can use a heat gun. Yes, you want it on low speed, high heat to pop the bubbles. I'm taking this is gold chunk glass, and I am turning it over so that the foil side is on the bottom. It's reflective, and I'm just putting that on the bottom so that the brighter, you know, it'll show prettier, and just popping a few of these on here. You do what? I love the cross, and I wear one around my neck. But I don't want a blinged out pretty cross, you know, with pretty things all over it, because, you know, it needs to be a reminder of what it was and why he did it for me, you know, why he did it for us. Okay, good, Debbie. Good. Sometimes I have a hard time explaining that, I think, so I'm glad y'all understand what I'm saying. Sometimes I go back and think, oh, that sounded terrible. I don't mean it, you know. I hope y'all know how I mean it. And again, it's just my thing. So if you like the blinged out, that's your choice, you know. I mean, I don't care what anybody else does. This is just me, what I'm telling you. I try so hard to stay in my lane and not care what anybody does, because it's just not my business. I mean, we're all different. We have reasons why we're the way we are. And everybody can be different, and that's beautiful. Okay, so once I kind of, you know, feel like I have a good amount, I'm going to go to my champagne color. I did pull some, didn't I? This is the champagne color. It's got some gold in it, though. But I like the smaller ones for this, so I'm going to put a few of those up in here. This is the same kind of colors I used for my deer, although I did use a little bit of silver too, and it just turned out so pretty. I loved it. So I'm just using kind of the same colors on this. Any larger pieces I'm setting to the side, because I kind of went from largest to smallest here, you know. I'm just putting some of the champagne down here. And I think I'm going to put more of that. It is what time? It's telling me to stand up. No, I'm not standing right now. 6:53. Oh, good. We got 7 minutes. We're great. Let's see how sometimes you'll get some glass and it'll have a piece like this, but then it's got these little tiny, tiny pieces. This came from Michael's. I love this glass. This is, whoops, not that one. This one is just a champagne chipped glass that I get at Michael's. All the other glass that I'm using, I got on Amazon. I do have an Amazon storefront, and I have lists in there. So you can go to my list for glass art and you'll find the stuff I use. I go into a lot more detail in my private group. You know, they get all the inside scoop on everything. And if I get any affiliate links or whatever, or any discounts, they get that. Sometimes they'll ask me, you know, where did you get such and such? I tell the VIPs anything. They have all kinds of secret information. I'm teasing, but yet they do. Just grabbing a few more smaller pieces to put around. But see, so this can be all beautiful and special, but yet not what I call blingy, right? Now, I love blingy, but just not on my crosses. I do. I love to, Carrie. I try anyway. Pulling out the big ones. I know y'all can't see exactly over here where I am, and then popping down a few more. Just until you like the look of it, you know. If you want to bring them up further, do it. If you want to put a whole bunch, do it. You know, you can do whatever you want to. When I get on here and do things, it's to give you guys ideas, kind of get you started, get you interested. Maybe, you know, maybe you've never, I always have people say, I have never seen that before. And so that's always fun to be the person that showed you something cool. Okay, just kind of taking a look, see what I think. Do y'all like it? Would you be putting it, you know, you could even take clear and put it kind of all on the cross. That would be pretty. I'll show you what I'm going to do, though. I'm going to take these little, I'm sure you've seen these little, I forget what they're called, but they're tiny little, I don't know what they're called, chip? Crushed? I don't remember. But I did get these on Amazon. Again, they're in my little Amazon storefront. And I'm going to sprinkle these down here. And they're going to really look pretty. And I'm probably not going to be sparing with them. I think that's going to be so pretty. Look, let me just show y'all. Can y'all see that? Hold, please. I need to show y'all that up close because that is pretty. So, can y'all see that? It's taken my iPad a minute to catch up, but I see some hearts, so I think that means you can see it. Just take your toothpick and move things where you need it to be. You know, if it kind of starts moving away or you've dropped it too, you can easily just move things where you want it. Okay, can y'all see that? Anyway, there's that one. And then look how plain this one looks now. So we are going to put some of that little small crushed gold all down here. Good. I'm glad y'all can see it and you like it. Just like that. Thank y'all. And then just take a lot of times I'll use the stick because, you know, it's larger and you can just kind of move things where you want it. You have about 30 to 40 minutes to work with your resin before it starts getting too thick, because it's going to be, the minute, you know, you get it all mixed together, that starts the curing process. However, it does take about 30 to 40 minutes for it to start really, you know, feeling thick. Right now it's pretty runny, and but in about 30 more minutes it will be getting really thick. And it just continues to cure. I will cover it overnight with I use a food tent. Let's see. This is a large one that I have, but see how I don't know if y'all can tell, but the mesh in this one is fairly large. If you can find one with a really tight knit mesh, that is even better. And I'll just put that over it, open it up and put it over my piece and leave it there overnight. Thank you, Nelda. So right now, you know, once you get it kind of how you like it, then you can finish with the rest of the resin if you have some more resin in your cup. And I just will kind of go down the middle, kind of be sure that everything has resin on it. As long as it's touching the resin, it won't go anywhere. So all of this glass is going to be okay. I'm just kind of touching, if you see, let me point. This little piece right here is on top of other glass, these pieces here. So I'm taking that resin and I'm just kind of drizzling it so that every piece is touched by resin, and that's what keeps it from budging. So tomorrow it will be hard as a rock, and even if I set something on top of one of those pieces, like if I set this right here, if there's no resin to hold it there, then tomorrow it would just fall off. Like that little piece would fall off tomorrow. However, I'm gonna be sure that it does get a little tiny piece of resin, you know, kind of like drizzled on it, and that way it will not budge tomorrow. Now I really don't want it on top, so I am going to move it, but that is that. And then you really don't have to over resin. So, you know, if you have a little bit left over, I recommend just doing a little ornament, you know, have something kind of ready to go, because if you put too much, it will run over the sides. And that's just messy. I don't like that. But that's just how I do mine. You'd leave it, I would too. Yeah, absolutely. A cross definitely needs to be up all year. That's definitely not just for holidays or anything. I think it'd be a really sweet gift because, you know, those people like in-laws who you can't get them anything. They already have everything they need. And even, you know, even as far as art, they have pretty much everything they need. But if you give them a handmade piece of art, or even a piece that somebody did that's handmade, or you know the artist, that's always appreciated, I think. And special. They can't just go get one anywhere else. You like it, you know. Just bring it off to the side. How are we doing on time? Will somebody tell me, you know, how many minutes? You do, Patty? Well, if you're thinking you want one of these, put it in the comments, like I'd love to have it, or whatever you want to put, and I'll add you to the wheel. And or I may, if we have too many, I may just have Ron, because he doesn't know anybody, so I may just have him scroll through and pick somebody. Thank you, Connie. Oh, time's up. Oh my goodness. Thank y'all for being here. Let's go watch Sassy Fries Creations. She is on now. I'm so sorry I went over a minute, you guys. Have a good night, and I'll see you talking over there, okay? Thank you, Tammy and Crafty Pete. You guys have a great night. I'll see you later. Come look at this tomorrow. Be sure to come back and see what it looks like tomorrow. Bye-bye.